Welcome to Meh Poker. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Octopi Poker Trainer. This is full access. If you were to do just the free access, I would say free trial, but it's not really a trial. You get it's unlimited, but you don't get all the different spots that we're going to be getting on this one, which is like the full access. So we're going to go ahead and click start training. I'll walk you through what's happening here. So they throw you in a spot and you get your cards, of course, and the position's going to change. Your stack size is going to change depending on the whichever hand. I have it on randomized. And then over here, we'll see the tree for the decisions. And yeah, so I'm just going to walk through some hands and we'll see how I do. We're going to raise it here with pocket fours. I will say that I tend to make some errors pre-flops. Of course, there are some tough situations. We're going to see bet and see what happens with the. And we get a fold. The bottom here. So here's the tree, and then you come down here, and it tells you on the hand and then on the session how many you did perfect, blunders, and mistakes. Obviously, blunders are worse than mistakes. Hopefully, we limit those. We just have good, perfect, and occasional mistakes. But like I said, pre-flop tends to be one of my weaknesses. We're going to raise here. We're not going to go all in for 20 bigs with pocket three, I don't think. Apparently, we are going all in threes. So, um, and that's one thing that I don't particularly care about solvers. I don't know. To me, I want to be able to exploit. I want to be able to do some post flop play sometimes, because that's kind of my strong suit, I feel. And I'm gonna raise here. It's ace 10 offsuit. I'm in the hijack. Folds to us. We'll raise. But yeah, it's just kind of a short where solvers fall short. Let's go ahead and continuation bet with our top pair. Facing a raise, we'll slow it down a little. We might be out kicked a little. Where was this guy? Big blind. Now we hit two pair. We're just gonna. We're in position. Let's string him along. I don't see the sense in raising there when he can bet the river. There it is, and I think we have an easy call with top. We might be beat, but I don't think we are. And there we go. Next hand. 10 jack offsuit in the cutoff, facing a raise. I think if we were suited, I would call, but I think offsuit, and to be honest, in real life, I'm calling. But I think the solver is going to tell me to fold, so I'm going to click fold, and sure enough. And again, this is kind of where I play a little too loose pre-flop. So this is one thing that Octopi has really helped me with, is trying to tighten up my pre-flop range. This is an easy fold. Facing an undergun raise with 4-5 offsuit. Next hand. King 9 suited in the small blind position. It is not my strong suit. I think we're going to call, though. Under the gun +1 raise, but I think King 9 suited is too strong to fold. Top pair, we're going to check to the razor, though. Checks back. We're going to check back again. We have enough, I think, equity in our hand that we could maybe win it showdown. And really, I don't see the, well, now it wants us to bet. One seems too light. I'll go about two bigs. We get a call, get a little value. And that's something, again, that Octopi is helping me with quite a bit, is that I don't always extract maximum value. So I think when I'm playing tight pre-flop, sometimes that translates into a little too tight post-flop as well. So another thing that I'm working on. But we can go down here and we can see that overall we've had 14 correct decisions, 2 mistakes, 0 blunders so far, so that's good. But let's see the next hand. Ace 5 suited in the small blind facing a button raise. We'll call and see it flop. Apparently not. I don't know if the solver's thinking that they might be stealing, so we're going to raise. Let's find out. Nope. I guess ace 5 is too weak, so we fold. And that's a blunder. All right, so I really butchered this hand. All right, so we have ace five suited, and I guess we're going all in for 25 bigs. I assume just to put maximum pressure on the button if they are stealing. To me, again, in a tournament setting, it's about surviving, and um, I can steal if they're bluffing like three big blinds, I suppose. Um, Yay! But I risk my tournament life to win three big blinds, so I don't really understand why that's the appropriate action, but apparently it is. I guess to avoid seeing a flop and getting out flopped, maybe? I don't know. Um, but I can come back to this hand later and kind of review it. 7-9 suited, I love 7-9 suited. Not in early position though, so I'm going to fold. All right, next hand. Ace king offsuit in the small blind facing a raise. It might want me to re-raise here. I think if it was suited, definitely re-raise. I like being a little tricky with my ace king sometimes, and so in real life I'm calling. I suspect it's going to say it's a mistake and I should raise though. Oh, it's a blunder and I should raise. Okay. And then we get the fold from jack king, so pocket jacks under the gun, we'll raise it up. Facing a re-raise, let's just slow it down and see a flop. Gives me some wiggle room to get away from it if a king or a queen or an ace comes out. 4 into 22, we have the jack of diamonds. We got to see a turn. And now we can get a free river. In theory, we could kind of represent the diamonds if we were so inclined. But I think I'll take just a free river and see if that's okay. And then we're going to call off 7 bigs here. We're not good enough to raise. Queens beat us. Any king beats us. Straight can beat us. Flush beats us. Aces beat us. So we're just going to call. And we take it. And had we raised, we're not going to get a call out of 10 jack anyway. And so there's really no sense in raising there. Ace 2 suited. Folds around us. We got a suited ace in late position. In the cutoff, we're going to go ahead and raise it up. Hit a deuce. We got a little piece of that board. Let's bet. Here we go. Get the fold. Works for me. Ace queen off. Under the gun raise. Not good enough to raise. I'm just going to call. Not good enough to raise facing an under the gun raise, I should say. Hit that ace. Just call. No need to inflate the pot for no real reason. It's kind of coming along for the ride at this point here. And they're all in for 43 on the river. Let's see, not a whole lot got there. Yeah, I think we're just too strong to fold. So, calling. And there we go. In every decision, by the way, down here you get, the perfect mistake or blunder. So 28 good decisions, 4 bad ones, 2 horrible ones. That's where we're at right now, which isn't great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Anyway, ace queen folds to us, middle position. We're gonna raise low jack. Top. Let's bet for a little bit of value here. Bet for a little more value. Let's go half pot. All right. 2-3 off, folds to us, but not good enough to raise. We're folding. 4-6 suited. We're in the low jack. It's not good enough to raise, so we'll fold. Pocket threes in the small blind, facing a raise from the cutoff. Call and see a flop. One thing that sometimes when I get into this too much, one thing that I notice that I don't do, and I recommend that you do, is start looking. Remember to look at your chip stack. Like I kind of feel like I'm just playing hands, and I forget to check. Okay, what are the stack sizes like? And that, of course, is going to be crucial in any type of setting. We're going to check this over to the razor. I kind of got to see a turn here, I think. I'm gonna call. All right, now we're in shutdown mode, so we'll check. And we're not gonna call that with pocket threes. $10-5 off, and the small blind folds to us. What do we have? About 39 bigs. We could raise and try to steal it. Let's see what happens. And it says it's a mistake. So this is another situation where it might work as an exploitation if you know your opponent. And if they're playing crazy tight and they're folding to any raise, then this is something I would raise with. I guess we're just going to see a flop. And now we're facing a raise, so that puts pressure on us. No, I'm folding. Ace jack offsuit and the hijack. We'll raise it up. C-bet. Flop hits the big blind's range super hard. Way better than ours, so I'm going to check back. Might be getting trappy with me, so we'll just play it nice and easy. Bets one big blind. We have ace jack. Six. Oh boy. I think we're beat, but for one big blind, it's one of those things where ace high might be good. In real life, we're beat, but I think the solver is going to tell me to call, so we might have enough meat on the bones to call, and yeah, we're lost. So ace deuce suited. What do we win? Hijack. That's worth a raise, I think. Yeah. Let's see. We're on a position button. I'm gonna c-bet. See what happens. Get the fold. All right. 7-9 suited. One of my hands. Pocket five is facing an under the gun raise. We're in the cutoff. We're call and hope to see a good flop. I forgot to look at our stack sizes, so we're getting kind of short. They check. I'm gonna check back. 2 overs out there. They might be getting tricky if they're. I don't think the 4 improved. They might have flush draw. I think we might have enough to call. Yes. And then 10 on the river. Our 5s might be good. We're not going to get a jack to fold. Obviously, we're not going to get a 4 to fold. If they were on a flush draw and they missed, then they're not going to call a bet. So I just don't see a point in betting, so I'm going to check back. And they were getting a little tricky with the jack. I think we lost the minimum there. So ace king suited. We're in the cutoff and we have a raise right before us. We're going to re-raise. Top pair with 8s out there. I'm going to bet half pot, I think. I guess I'm not. I'm going to bet a little less than half pot, I think. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess I played that poorly. I guess I could have just bet lighter, and I don't know. I'll come back, look at this, figure out what I did wrong. 6-7 off, under the gun. Throw it away. Can go to next hand. King 7 suited under the gun. Throw it away. There's too much to act behind us. Can't do anything with it. There we go. Jacks. Facing a raise. I'm just going to call. Because this is undergun +1 that raised it up. They're showing a lot of strength. And I like, when I have like a pair like jacks, I like giving myself some outs. Like, and by outs, I mean wiggle room to get out of the hand should an ace come or something. And I'm not going to bet this. He might be getting trappy with an ace, so I'll just check and see a free turn. It's interesting that they check twice. Now I might go for a little bit of value here. Just kind of probe. Nope. Maybe I'm checking. Guess I'm checking still. All right, and then I river, kind of interesting spot. I kind of want to bet big. I'm going to bet pot. See if that's right. All right, so it looks like it was right. That's good. And I won. The hand, we're not results oriented, but yeah, feels good to win. Raise it up, 10-8 suited connector in the cutoff. I think we can raise there. Octopi takes a while to think sometimes. Don't know what that's about. Get a button call. That is a nice flop. We'll check. No need to bet. Let's see if we can get this person to hit some part of their hand that they're hoping to hit here. I'm going to check again. We might have been able to bet there small just to get some value. Now we're going to go for value. I think I'm going to bet a little big. Get the call. All right. Nice. That worked. Yeah. Then you can come over here and kind of break it down more if you want to and really see the different ranges and actions. So anyway. Pocket kings on the button. Undergun plus 1 raise. We're going to re-raise. We have 40 bigs. I'm going to check in case we're getting tricky with an ace. So they bet 11 into 15. 2 aces out there. I think I'm just going to call. I think I'm too strong to fold. I think this is just one of those hands where if he has it, he has it. What are you going to do kind of thing. Yeah, it was one of those hands. Again, in real life, if you're able to see the person, you're able to determine if by real life, I mean like live poker, you're able to see the person, see how they're feeling, see if they're uncomfortable, and really make a determination of whether or not they have the ace. 6-7 suited, but we're in an early position, so I'm going to fold. That was correct. Pocket fives and the hijack, facing a raise. We'll call and see a flop, hopefully. Down to 18 big, so I got to be mindful of that. We got 3 overs. There's no real serious draw for me or anything. I'm just going to fold. Ace queen off and the big under the gun raise. We'll call and see a flop. Hit an ace and we got the queen of spades to go with it. Let's check and see what they do. They check back. All right, we'll bet about half here. I'm going to bet half. I would bet half. I think the solver's going to tell me nah, but let's find out. Yeah, it told me nah. I think it wants me to check back. Continue to kind of string this person along. Now we got trip, aces. Now I'm going to bet 2/3. Get a call. Okay. I think we could have bet the turn, but okay. King 10 off on the button folds to me. I think that's good enough to raise. Indeed it is. So, okay. 4-5-8. Let's see bet here. I think they want us to check because it that flop favors the big blind's range. So there we go. Now we can bet small, maybe. Good. Okay. And let's see. We got about 10. I can go half, maybe a little more. So the options are half or full pot, basically. I'm feeling more comfortable with half, personally. I don't know if that's right, but okay, good, it was. Okay. I think we got max value on that one. Yay, finally. King 10 suited, facing an under the gun raise. And I'm in the low jack. I think it's a fold. I don't know if we're strong enough with an under the gun raise to call in this position. I hate that though. Like it's one of those pretty hands that you want to see, you know. I think it's a fold though. I'm gonna fold. Dang it! It is a call. Okay. Geez, tough spots. And we flop top pair. I'll throw a little bit. Get called. 5, I'm not terribly worried about. We could check back in case he's getting tricky. I'm more inclined to bet about half, though, and really put some pressure on. Nope. Okay, let's try checking back, I guess. I guess the solver wants us to check back. Now we have an ace, an overcard. I'm just going to check. 10s are good. Okay. Pocket 8s. I think, what are we at? 25 bigs. So the solver is interesting sometimes. Like to me, I want to call and see a flop. I like post flop play better. But the solver, oftentimes, when you get in the 25 to 20 big blind range with 8s, they kind of want you to shove. But I'm going to just try calling and see. Okay, good. That's not a great flop for us. They check, we'll check. Same thing. Let's check it down. We might be good with our 8s. Let's see, they bet 9 into 6. So a polarizing bet. Either they're bluffing or they have it. That's going to be almost like half our stack almost. In real life, I'm folding because I've seen a lot of people slow play jacks or queens in this way. They could have a missed flush draw, but I think we're beat. I'm folding. I think the solver's going to say to call. No, they were cool with that. Okay, good. Yay. Pocket 10s in the small blind. Facing a button raise. We'll just call. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I forgot. See, this is what happens. I don't look at the stack sizes. And so we have 19 bigs. Solver's going to want us to just shove on this. And so in real life, when I have the chips in front of me and I'm like, it's consistently the same stack or plus or minus whatever, then I'm going to know what I have. But when I get caught up in doing this, sometimes I lose track of remembering to check that. And this is a raise. We're on the button. Folds to us with 6-7 suited. That's a raise. We hit a pair. Let's throw a little bet out. See what they do. Nope. Let's throw a bigger bet out and see what they do. Okay, let's check and see what they do. Okay, so I guess we're checking down now. No sense in betting after that. And now we have an ace on the river. We're just hoping that our 6s are good. And they're not. So not really sure why the solver didn't approve. I guess because there's 2 overs. I find it unlikely that the small blind, well, I guess it could have a number of kings and queens in their range, but I don't know. I don't know. I think I would have. I know I would have. I would have bet, but okay. Interesting spot. Queen 7 suited in the hijack. I don't think it's good enough to call, and this is areas that I would struggle in historically. And this has kind of taught me to play a little tighter pre-flop, so I'm going to fold. And yeah, okay. Apparently it's a fold. So Jack 9 in the small blind, cutoff raise. It's good enough to call, I think. Apparently not. Okay, I guess we're folding. I thought it was good enough to call. Interesting. Wouldn't I have Jack 9 off? Yeah, pure fold. So I guess if I had suited, we'd be in a different spot. So, improvements need to be made. Queen King suited. That's worth a call. Top pair. Let's throw a little bit out there. See what he does. See what they do. Called. I think we're still good, but I'm gonna bet light. Kind of. Okay, I guess I'll bet half. I wanted to bet a little lighter to control the pot a little bit. I don't want it getting out of hand on the river. Not a lot of 4s and under the gun's range with pre-flop raise. So, I mean, we should be good here. And our only option really is to check back or go all in. And I think checking back might be a little too nitty. So we're just going to shove. And there we go. 7-8 off in the hijack, facing a raise. That's a fold. We were suited, maybe, but ace jack under the gun. I'll raise it. Got a gutter. Check. I kind of want to see a turn here. I think we have a lot still going for us with only one overcard out there. Well, a lot that was going for us is no longer going for us. So I'll just check and hope for a check back. Nice. Give me a king. Okay. I'm going to check. Ace 10, ace queen is still possibly in their range. And so I kind of want them to take point. Okay. King 10 suited in the hijack facing a raise from the low jack. We'll call. Oh, sometimes they don't show a flop. Not really sure why, but that's how it works. We're down to about maybe 1 or 2 hands left here. So far we have 103 perfect moves, 15 mistakes, and 3 blunders. So not great. Not great, but not terrible, I don't think. Pocket nines in the hijack, raise. Only one overcard out there. We'll bet. Okay, I guess we'll bet half. So the interesting call, we're just going to check back, I think, now. Okay, we're not going to call 44 bigs into 13 with pocket nines and 2 overs out there, and spades got there, so I think that's an easy fold. Indeed it is. Okay. Let's do one more hand. Hopefully it's a good one. Pocket jacks in the hijack. Face an undergun plus 1 raise. Let's call it. We could re-raise. I have 60 bigs, and again, in real life, you would know how this person's playing. If they're opening a lot of pots, I'd be tempted to re-raise. But I think giving myself some, again, wiggle room, should the flop be less than perfect for me, which this one was, I'm just going to check, kind of hide the strength of my hand a little bit here. Yeah, I'll just call along. I'm not terribly concerned about the diamond draw, so no sense in raising either. And now we hit a boat. I'm going to do a polarizing bet. I'm going to bet pot, maybe even over pot. I think I'm going to bet pot, though. That way, either I have it or I'm bluffing. They don't know. I'm just going to go pot. I think is the best bet. And got a call. Very nice. So, yeah, that works. Anyway, that's Octopi Poker. They do, again, have the free version where you just sign up. It's totally free. You only play button position, though, and so you don't get the different positions like this. You get everything else the same, though, and you don't get to choose your spots. Here you can kind of choose. If I wanted specifically to focus on under the gun with 20 big blinds effective, then I can do that. But I like to just randomize and just kind of go with it. So this session we had 111 perfects, 16 mistakes, and 3 blunders. That's horrible. But it's work in progress. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.